Hello, this is solving equations, variables on both sides, example 3. Example 3 is a story problem. It talks about the sales report, and the sales report says the number of new cars and the number of used cars. Then it says that the number of new cars is increasing by 6 per year. The number of used cars is decreasing by 4 per year. So to figure out the new cars sold, you'll be adding 6 times the number of years. And to figure out the used cars, you'll be subtracting 4 times the number of years. So the way to solve these problems using algebra is to write things down. Arithmetic would be very difficult to do for this problem. You'd have to make some guesses and checks. Maybe you'd make a table and do one line per table. But you might be filling out many lines before you figured out when the number of new cars sold equals twice that of the used cars sold. So using algebra, we should be able to write an equation and get this done. The way to do this is to write things down. Write it down in your own words. Different people look at the world differently, and what you write down might be different than what I write down. But let's take a look at what I did and also look at what the book did. The book did similar things, but it's never the same as the way I do it because different people look at it in different ways. I said x is going to be my number of years, and see 6x, that's how much the new cars are increasing. So new cars started with 78, and we're going to add 6 for every year. So if it's 1 year, it's times 1, and I would add 6. 2 years, it would be times 2, and I would add 12. Used cars is very similar, except I'm subtracting it, and instead of multiplying by 6, I multiply by 4. So the first year I'd be subtracting 4, second year I'd be subtracting 8, third year I would be subtracting 12, and so forth. Now the question says, when is this number of used cars going to be twice that of the new cars? No, they said the opposite. When is the new cars going to be twice that of the used cars? The new cars is this. The used cars is less. Right now it's less. See, it's 67 when this is 78, and the new cars is going up and the used cars is going down. So we have to know when this number is going to equal twice as many as this. So I'm going to take the used cars and multiply by 2. And I'm wondering when that equals the new cars. 78 plus 6x. So it's an x. So now I distribute this, and 2 times 67 is 134 minus 8x. 2 times negative 4x is negative 8x equals 78 plus 6x. Now I like to get the variables to the left side, so it looks like the equations we're used to. Minus 6x here and minus 6x here. So on this side, I'm just left with 78. On this side, negative 8x and negative 6x adds up to negative 14x. And this looks a little bit familiar. If you need it to look more familiar, you can switch these. Now it should look exactly like the equations we've been solving. And now I will subtract 134 from both sides, and on this side I'm left with negative 14x. And now I have to do negative 134 plus 78. And that's negative 56. Now when I divide both sides by negative 14, I get x equals 4. So the used cars, so the number of years is 4.